On number 15, we're given a chart, and it asks what type of function we can use to model the data. And we only really talked about modeling data with linear functions. So if it's going to ask you that, it's going to be linear because we haven't done any other model yet. And I also know it's linear because it has a constant rate of change or a constant slope. Notice how your x's are going up by 25 and your y's are going up by 300 each time. So if you were to find the slope, it doesn't matter which 2 points that you use. It's always going to be change in y is 300 over change in x is 25. So your slope is going to be 300 over 25 no matter what. So now that we know that it's linear, because the x's and y's go up by the same amount each time, now we can write a linear equation. So that would be slope-intercept form or point-slope form. I clearly did slope-intercept form here, but I would have needed to have done point-slope form to get it in slope-intercept form. So to find your slope, you're going to do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I would probably just choose those top two points. So y minus y would be 1800 minus 1500 over 125 minus 100. And just like I said earlier, this is going to be 300 over 25, which is 12. So our slope is 12. And on the context of this problem, that means it costs $12 per student. So our slope is 12. Then I would pick one of those points. I'd probably choose the 100, 1500 point and put all that information into point slope form. So y minus 1500 equals 12 times x minus 100. So 12x minus 1200 equals y minus 1500. So when I add that 1500 over, that's how I'm getting the y-intercept of 300. So that's where this equation comes from right there. And then whenever it asks the follow-up question, it basically is going to give you, it's either going to ask for your y or your x. So our y stands for cost, our x stands for students. And it says what type of estimate the cost. So it means estimate y when there are 435 students. So it tells us how many students there are, and it wants us to find the y, the cost. So I just plug in 435 for x and take 12 times 435 plus 300, and that's where that 5,520 comes from.